may I implore everyone who are participating in large gatherings, whether political in nature or not, to continue exercising utmost caution and prudence in the conduct of your exercises. Remember that we are still in a pandemic situation, and any large gathering may trigger a super spreader event. While we welcome these exercises as concrete and tangible manifestations of a healthy democracy, kindly temper your enthusiasm and act reasonably. My administration will ensure an honest, peaceful, credible, and free elections. At this early, I'd like to just magbigay lang ng payo that when it comes to the elections, government, the administration will stand neutral. Neither for or against kami, kalaban o kasama sa partido. As I step down in June 2022, it will be my highest honor to turn over the reins of power to my successor, knowing that in the exercise of my mandate, I did my best to serve the Filipino people.
The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin hits back at Health Chief Francisco Duque over his response to the country's supposed missed opportunity to procure syringes from the U.S. Locsin warns Duque, "Don't ever question my motives." Maureen with the report.
We dropped the ball again. This is the tweet of Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin on Saturday, saying that the Philippines had let go of a $50 million offer of syringe from the United States. This is on the back of a global shortage of syringes as countries continue to ramp up their respective vaccination drives. Locsin detailed that he himself facilitated discussions with Washington for the said offer. This was supposed to be followed with a meeting together with other Philippine agencies, but Locsin said no such meeting took place since. The secretary also said that he is seeing a pattern as the country has declined 2 other vaccine opportunities in the past. It was December last year when Locsin also said that we missed 10 million doses worth of Pfizer vaccines at a time when the country has yet to receive a single dose. Health Secretary Francisco Duque III denied the latest accusations.
Absolutely false and without basis, okay? Because what is this gentleman talking about? So, sorry, but there is no such a thing as dropping of the ball. He probably dropped the ball, but not the DOH.
Duque explained that he has no knowledge of what Locsin is referring to, but he admitted that there is one company that expressed interest in supplying 50 million syringes to the country. The problem is, this is beyond the DOH 120 million peso budget.
Why will I allow the DOH to agree to a higher approved budget contract? That is a violation of RA 9184 and a potential case of anti-graft can be filed if we will allow ourselves to be influenced by suppliers.
Duque added that they've bagged a 66 million syringe deal. Half of the supplies from this deal has already arrived in the Philippines. In another tweet on Monday, Locsin said that the health secretary should have properly declined the offer. Locsin also said that Duque should never question his motives. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. assures the public that supply of syringes is sufficient, especially for the second round of the government's national vaccination program that is set to begin on Wednesday, December 15.
Tuloy-tuloy naman ang proseso na pag-procure ng syringes and kailangan lang siyempre yung proseso masusunod. Hindi naman tayo pwedeng mag-procure ng basta-basta lang, may proseso yan. And I think naipaliwanag na ito ng DOH.
For News 5, Maureen, we are One News.
Authorities say the national vaccination day 2 in some areas will be postponed due to inclement weather. Health Secretary Francisco Duque III said from December 15 to 17. The second day of the national vaccine drive will be moved to the 20th to the 22nd, but only in select areas. This was recommended as the tropical cyclone, which will be named Odette, is expected to enter the Philippine area of responsibility today.
Ito pong dadaanan ng bagyo, batay po sa mga pinakahuling ulat mula sa pag-asa, ay posible pong Northern Mindanao, ang Central and Eastern Visayas, at ang Southern Tagalog region ay hindi po na muna natin itutuloy ang bakunahan dahil kailangan po mailayo sa peligro ang ating po mga kababayan sa panahon nitong bagyong Odette. Ang rekomendasyon po namin, Calabarzon and Central and Northern Luzon, yan po ang atin munang ipagpapatuloy, bayanihan, bakunahan part 2.
President Rodrigo Duterte also ordered agencies and LGUs to continue monitoring the situation and to conduct all necessary precautions to prepare for the tropical cyclone.
Yung dadaanan ng bagyo, lumalabas dyan sa newspaper, pati sa TV. All you have to do is to watch TV and makita mo yung trajectory ng takbo ng bagyo. So, kung malapit kayo dyan, medyo umalis na muna kayo. Especially if the Pag-asa, the Weather Bureau would say, umalis kayo dyan sa lugar na yan kasi dyan tatama.
Vaccination czar Carlito Galvez Jr. says the government's vaccination delivery target has been surpassed. The Philippines has so far received 158 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines. With this, Galvez says he is confident that the 54 million Filipinos will complete their second dose by the year end.
This week, we are about to breach 100 million doses administered, with 41 million Filipinos or 53% received the second dose. Ang magandang significant headway po, Mr. President, is yung vaccination ng minors with more than 7 million already received the first dose and 2.1 million already finished the second dose.
The government is also reporting the lowest ICU utilization rate across the country in recent months. President Duterte said these are encouraging numbers, but once again reiterated that it's not time for the public to be complacent.
While these are indeed encouraging developments, I still urge our countrymen to continue observing health protocols. Yan lang yun ang pag-asa natin. Stick to what is right. The right thing to do is just obey government. Kasi hindi naman kami nagpapadala dito ng papalabas ng mga regulasyon na nakakasira sa tao. It's always for the good for everybody.
Bangko Sentral is replacing the images of 3 wartime heroes in our 1,000 peso bill with an image of the Philippine eagle. But this move did not sit well with some historians. Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro gives us a front seat to the story.
Almost 80 years ago, Jose Abad Santos, the wartime acting president of the Philippine Commonwealth, was sentenced to death by the Japanese for refusing to collaborate. Just before his execution at the riverbank in Lanao, Abad Santos told his son not to cry. Not everyone is given the privilege of dying for his country. Abad Santos's body was never recovered, just like his fellow World War II heroes Josefa Lanes Escoda and General Vicente Lim. These days, the three are remembered mostly because of their images on the 1,000 peso bill issued in 1991. But even that is about to change.
Yes, please don't remove our heroes. Yan na lang yung ating araw-araw na reminder sa katapangan ng Pilipino at pagmamahal sa bayan.
Over the weekend announced it was going to replace the 3 World War II martyrs with the Philippine Eagle, which the BSP says symbolize clear vision, freedom, and strength.
The money itself becomes like a historical document because it is because you are placing faces.
Historian Jose Victor Torres said such a move would further the fading of the martyrs' memories.
You lose the face, you will lose the story.
The wife of the great-nephew of Jose Abad Santos, Desiree Benepayo, said this would further undermine our already poorly taught history.
As a World War II history and as a Filipino, I guess it's not right to replace our heroes with, an animal.
Politicians like Senator Nancy Binay and presidential aspirant Isko Moreno have also started to push back. Benepayo said the eagle may look majestic and dignified, but is no way heroic.
I have nothing against the Philippine eagle. It's a very majestic creature. Pero it will not evoke the same sense of patriotism from the people when they look at it, diba?
Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro, we are One News.
Miss World Philippines Tracy Maureen Perez makes it to the top 10 of the pageant's Beauty with a Purpose event. The pageant's website says, Beauty with a Purpose is the highest recognition that a contestant can achieve in Miss World. This event requires contestants to work for a project that helps people in need in their home countries. In her advocacy video, Maureen shared her efforts to support solo parents in the Philippines, with her late single mother serving as her inspiration. She says this is part of her lifelong commitment to honor her mother's sacrifices. Other candidates who made it to the top 10 selection include Miss USA, South Africa, India, and England.
We have already taken small steps, but together we can take a leap. From organizing health and wellness activities to trainings for livelihood, our unified efforts are making waves to uplift the lives of the mothers and that of their children. I see beauty in many shapes and forms, in life episodes high and low, in people from all walks of life, in reaching out to others that they may reach their individual and collective dreams. This, to me, is the essence of true beauty with a purpose.
Here's a quick look at some of today's headlines. 7 more hospitals have cut ties with PhilHealth due to unpaid claims. The tropical cyclone expected to enter the Philippine area of responsibility today intensifies into a tropical storm. And according to the latest SWS data, joblessness in the country slightly decreased in the third quarter. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 10:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.